video, I'll show you how to insulate the exterior walls of a house from the inside. Even though scientific literature says you shouldn't insulate walls from the inside, I really don't want to cover the old red brick on the outside. So, I'll insulate from the inside, considering that I already have foam insulation in the wall. There won't be a lot of pressure on the inner wall and a big condenser. Let's do everything scientifically. We'll need waterproofing and vapor barriers. We'll need mineral wool insulation sized 60 by 120 centimeters and 5 centimeters thick. We'll also need a beam that's 5 by 5 centimeters to place the wool between so it doesn't bend, as well as a 2 by 5 beam for the framework that the wooden paneling will be nailed to. I've already treated it with a solution to protect against pests and mold. It has that red appearance and is already well dried. You can attach it to the wall. The walls are made of adobe, which is indeed specifically a type of clay material. There is a 5 centimeter air gap that exists between the clay and the outer wall, which is made of red brick. I filled it with foam insulation. You can see how to insulate it in my previous videos. The cracks that were in the corners have already been cleaned out and filled using a starter putty mix and applying mesh tape. The walls have been cleaned of the external lime wash and well primed with 2 layers of deep penetration primer. There's no mold on them, so no additional treatment is needed here. There are pipes down here. These are 2 heating pipes. The return and main pipe, as well as the cold water supply pipe. There was a problem with it. It's blooming a lot. I've already wiped off the remnants of the black mold here. It's mold, so it needs to be insulated. I've done one section. There's a small section left. You can see the traces of that mold on it. It's important to make sure there's no sharp temperature difference. From the cold water to the warm room, the pipe has a 1/2 inch diameter, so we're using this type of insulation. You can put it on the pipe before installation or after making the cuts. In the center, this uninsulated area needs to be insulated because there wasn't an opportunity to do it during the installation. In our process, we begin by carefully marking the grain, ensuring precision in our work. This is followed by cutting it with a sharp knife, a step that has become less frequent due to advancements in our techniques. The reason for this meticulous approach is to prevent any potential damage or loss of quality. Furthermore, to effectively limit moisture from penetrating and affecting the mineral wool, which is crucial for maintaining its integrity and performance, it is absolutely necessary to implement a robust waterproofing system. This involves using high-quality materials and techniques to create a barrier that protects against water ingress, ensuring the longevity and effectiveness of the mineral wool in various applications. By doing so, we safeguard the material from potential degradation, thereby enhancing its durability and functionality over time. It is attached to the interior wall. I have this reinforced waterproof barrier marked GS3. I'll attach it to the adhesive wall using a construction stapler and 5mm staples. I will attach the waterproofing strictly vertically with a 5 cm overlap. 1.5 centimeters. We roll out the waterproofing from top to bottom and we make sure it's even. We also check the overlaps to ensure they are aligned properly. We attach it with an overlap. To the opposite wall in order to properly and effectively cover the end of the beam that will securely hold the necessary insulation support structure. In the center, I won't be stapling the insulation so that it remains more airtight. Now we need to check if the wall is perfectly vertical. You can see that the wall is leaning approximately about 3 centimeters at the bottom of the wall. We'll carefully level it using a second batten. To securely attach the 5x5 beams, I'll be using 100mm wood screws. These screws won't split the wood and will hold well in the clay without causing any damage to the structure and ensure stability. Then, at a distance of 60 cm, depending on the width of your insulation, we make markings and screw in all the other horizontal wooden beams. In the next step, we'll start insulating the walls with mineral wool. The sheets are tightly placed between the wooden battens. And after that, we nail the horizontal vapor barrier. The vapor barrier is reinforced, so it's increased strength. This vapor barrier will protect the insulation from internal moisture, and it will also hold everything in place until we cover it all with wooden paneling. Here's how my wall insulation turned out. The mineral wool won't fall out or crumble anymore, and it will effectively keep the heat in and soundproof. In the next step, before installing the paneling, we need to attach horizontal strips that are 2 cm thick and 5 cm wide, and make sure everything is level so that the paneling is perfectly vertical.